Greetings. It's Jewel Master 1162 with another episode of Dropping Jewels. Today's jewel is going to be one of the ones I hope you're familiar with from the old days. Each one, teach one. Very simple, straightforward principle. Each one, teach one. If you play basketball in the inner cities, any major city in this country, you probably ran into the various basketball programs where you have the unlimited will coach the seniors. The seniors will coach the juniors will coach the midgets will coach the biddies, and so on and so forth. And not just in basketball, but sometimes also in tutoring too. What some of you may not know is that this is just a repetition of a system that's built at a higher level. You have people that's 55 and over who are considered, experienced elders in your culture and in your civilization. Then you have what are considered the successful people, the successful, mature people. They're probably at places at 35 to 55 in their careers. And they would be the mentors to the next generation, the new jacks, the people who are coming in and moving into the business world. And those people would in turn mentor those in college. Those in college would mentor those in high school and junior high school and elementary school and so on and so forth. So you see, this each one teach one can be used in a variety of ways to pass generation from one generation on to the next. But not just that, you have a tremendous opportunity, because when African people were first brought to this country, they communicated through the drum. For several reasons that was outlawed and tried to be banned as a practice, because the oppressor could not understand or break up the communication, so they tried to ban it altogether. See, now, we may not have we may have access to the drum today, but we may not have the old, same type of codes, but we got something which is probably the single most important invention in terms of teaching in the history of mankind. We have the internet. That is our modern day drum. So when it comes to each one teach one, you can literally teach 1 billion or 500 million or 50 million or 5 million almost as easily as you could teach one. By making a short video or instructional video, you can teach thousands or millions. But the prospect of each one teach one from when I was raised was had a little ghetto mentality. It was about hustling. It meant that if one man in the crew knew how to fix tires and flats and engines or something, he taught somebody else. That way they would have a hustle. See, in those days we called it a hustle when you had to, make money in between legitimate jobs, or in between your jobs you had to find some way to find work or to find a job. You had to have some type of skill. I think a lot of young people today have been overrun with videos in some place between elementary school and the time they graduate high school and probably should be headed for college. They get misled to the idea that someplace in between there, they don't need to pick up a skill, a real skill. See, but we looked at it in terms of not just what fit within the system or what we call legitimate or legal today. We looked outside the system. So a hustle might have been shoot pool, but that you can't just be no average pool shooter and make a hustle out of it and make money out of it. But a person might teach another person how to shoot pool well enough to make some money out of it, or to fix a car, or to play chess, or one of many other skills, to draw. You see it today in a lot of the situations where people are incarcerated. People are using their skills to earn extra money inside. One of the things that fascinates me about the prison system is that the same sisters and brothers who wouldn't work a 9 to 5 on the street, when you come in jail, they work a regular job to stay out the hole. So that's a little something extra there. But now each one teach one, that's one of the first things you'll see in that environment, is that everybody is teaching somebody something, but you've got to decide whether what you want to learn is negative or positive. A beautiful thing about each one teach one is that with the internet, you can go in there and learn almost anything that's been taught since the beginning of time. Most of those things in there. You can go to websites with names like about.com, howto.com, and you can look up almost anything you want to need to know how to do. Now that's not the same, you want to know what you need to do. Now that's not the same as having somebody hands on there showing you, but we're going to work on that. Now you can't learn to swim from watching a video on the internet, but you can learn some more of the basic principles. But this is my point. Young people, if you have a skill, share it. How do you think you're going to move forward in the times that we have today if you don't have at least one skill and you're not willing to teach it to somebody else? You got to put teams together. If you're not a bookworm, that's cool. You might be good at carpentry. Then you get a bookworm on your team. You get somebody who's good at numbers. You get somebody who's good at communication. Next thing you know, now y'all down at the city council or y'all someplace putting in money for a grant to get y'all a job to build something. Or maybe y'all got an abandoned or foreclosed home that y'all gonna fix up. Always look to add skills to your set, and always look to share your skills with others to build teams. See, a lot of times that's why people are successful, because you might have one mentor, he has 3 or 4 people that he's mentoring or she's mentoring, and they have a pact that the first one who becomes successful helps all the rest. That way the whole team moves forward. But not just that, after they become successful, the rest not only help the people or members of the team, they each start mentoring their own team. So remember, if you know something, teach somebody. If you don't know, learn. Each one teach one. We have millions of skills to be learned out here, and we got millions of sisters and brothers to be shared. So think about it. Each one, teach one, in order to reach one. And a shout out to my old best friend, Michael Bugs Blackson from Douglas Projects. Peace. We remember each one, teach one. Peace and blessings.